You know, in many cases we have ideas, and we really never understand the magnitude of an idea until after it's done. And so the response has been one that's been mind-blowing.
It made me feel like I actually belong in the school, because like for the longest time I felt like I wasn't like a person here, kind of. I just felt like I was existing.
Trucker Challenge has allowed everybody in their own perspective to see and understand each person's challenges and their background, really to understand that they do come into the educational institutions with a challenge or with issues, and it's important that everyone is able to understand, to listen, to comprehend, and to respect each person's background and their story. Their story matters.
The Trucker Challenge honestly helped me by like being able to get my story off my chest, because in the Trucker Challenge, Miss Turner gives you an opportunity to stand up and voice an opinion on something, or just say something in general, just to like be heard.
I think it's helping us grow together, it's helping us reach beyond our measures, and it's helping the school see different parts of each other that we haven't seen before. I view the Trucking Challenge as providing us with a standpoint of spiritual growth, mental growth, physical growth, and helping us grow as a community.
I just like to see the children open up like they've been doing, and I hope they continue to open up. And if they have problems, they should know that there are people here at the school that can help them. And they're more than welcome here in the library. We're always open here.
From the looks of you all's faces, I can kind of tell that y'all are wondering what in the world is going on. First of all, why is this lady standing up on the chair? Why am I in the library with all these different people? What's really going on? I want to invite each and every one of you, and I'm pretty sure y'all might have heard a little bit about it, but welcome to Trucker Hour. I wanted to challenge each and every one of you not to worry about what somebody has on, what grade they may be in, who they are in any cases, but I wanted you to just be present in this moment.
Get low! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot!
The moment I began to pull back the layers of the pain and every lie I had ever told myself was the moment I began to walk in my purpose. It was the moment I began to see who I was purposed to be. So y'all gotta learn to correct dysfunctional behaviors that have become your normal. You see, I got attached to somebody that I thought was gonna bring me happiness. I got attached to somebody that I thought was gonna define me. I got attached to somebody that I thought was gonna love me. And I want y'all to know, y'all cannot expect for people to do what you're not willing to do for yourself. See, the lineage that I had been handed was depression, was suicidal thoughts. The lineage that I had been dealt was people that had the fullest potential of accomplishing so much, but because they didn't see the worth of themselves, they stopped trying. I get it, y'all are going through something. Some of y'all put on a fake smile every day just to make it through this building. I get it.
In order to be different, you have to change your circle, you have to change the culture, and you have to change the environment.
Trucker Challenge stemmed from this crazy idea of trying to bring the students into one area. And at the time initially, I had reached out to the teachers and asked them to take and submit the names of students that stood out. Now when you hear about those standout students, in most cases we would just assume it's the straight A students, but in this particular instance, I wanted students that necessarily wasn't the top student academically. In so many cases, when we come into this high school setting, these students don't even know each other. This school alone has 1,429 students. We walk the same hallways together, but we still have no idea. And so the whole purpose of Trucker Challenge was to challenge the students to step up to the plate and be the change that was needed needed in the schools. And so students have even come to me with concerns on how can we make these clubs happen? How can we make the change that's necessary? And they're starting to think of solutions instead of just waiting for one to drop from the sky, which it will never happen. They are beginning to think. They're coming up with club names. They're coming up with mission statements. They're coming up with new programs, ways to incorporate parents. They're coming up with ways to take and impact their school culture as a whole.
I feel that we can change the school by first getting involved. You have to bring your ideas and your proposals to the table to people in authority, whether that's an administrator or to Ms. Turner. And so that's what we're doing actually right now. We're bringing proposals to the table to make sure that our community and our students are involved and engaged in each and everything that we do. We have to make sure that nobody is left out, nobody is left unheard, and that's our focus.
I think the Trucker Challenge will help change the school by just uniting everybody. It brought a lot of people together. People that I don't even know still walk in the hallway and they say hi to me. They hey, how are you doing? Well, just to know that I'm being thought of and people recognize me and they're like, oh, hey, how are you? Just nice little thing to help unify the school. It's it feels great.
All right, so I come to you with this crazy idea that you had never heard of.
Right.
And so with that being said, did it surpass your expectations in any way?
Yeah, so I think when we started, we said we wanted to put 100 kids through this activity. But after we did the first one, I know I came to you and I said, look, every single kid and every single staff member in our school needs to go through it because it was that powerful that I felt like everyone here needed to be touched by it, or at least hear it and be a part of it. And it got to the point where we put every single kid through. We did 13 different sessions, which I know, I was amazed by what you did and still bringing it every single time and bringing out of our kids and our staff every single time. And so I think it was powerful enough after that first initial one that everybody needed to go through it and experience it.
They've thrown us into a society. We've been born. Some things have been given to us. Other things we had to fend for ourselves. Here you all are teenagers in this room today. And many times you feel the pressure that you're responsible for putting all these puzzle pieces together by yourself, but in actuality, this becomes a reflection of where some of you are today. They expect for you to have all the answers. They expect for you to be able to come on to class on time, but yet you face barriers such as this every day. Whereas I'm trying to hold myself together. I'm trying to be where I need to be, but in actuality, it seems impossible. Because for the first time today, some of you have been heard in ways that you have been crying for somebody to give you the outlet to be heard. Some of you today are realizing it's not just me. Some of you are realizing that it's time for me to get help. Some of you are now finding your why. Breaks my heart every time that I do this activity. Because as much as I want you to graduate, as much as I want to see the best version of you manifesting itself, I understand that none of that can ever come to pass until you begin to deal with this. Because this is the mess that's going to keep y'all from graduating. This is that mess that's going to keep you getting those toxic relationships because you think that that person's going to be able to bring you some value. This is that mess that has become our identity. Learn to correct the dysfunctional behaviors that have become your normal. Because as much as we go through and as much as we're facing, this is not who life was intended for us to be. This is not your purpose. This is not your identity, that each and every one of you have something greater inside of you. But it's not until you begin to deal with this mess that that stuff can manifest itself. Because at the end of the day, the whole mission is that we learn, live, love to be different in a world full of copycats and begin to build a legacy worth following. So each student is aware that my actions, my choices, my communication, and the way in which I display myself, those things are bigger than just me, but it affects those that are around me.